Are we live? Oh.
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 Oh. Damn, dude, joking. Oh, oh, oh.
We are. I'm Spencer.
JD.
This is the Itch Network podcast number 110.
Woo.
That was a guess.
Was it?
If it's not 110, I'll change it in the thing later.
It's 1:15. It's
Yeah.
voice, different time.
Yeah, it's JD's voice.
1:15.
Number 1!
Yeah, papaya. God, what a legend.
It is mid-September. For those that want a time
Wake
capsule.
me up when it ends, though.
Please don't. That's some good old Green Day.
Yep.
All right. And,
They fell off, didn't they?
I mean, they're still pretty big.
Are they?
They're a big deal.
I forgot.
They shouldn't be, but they're a big deal.
Jeez. Don't want to be an American idiot, though, right? Yeah.
Eric is feeling a little under the weather.
Yep.
So we just jumped into his house and started drinking his alcohol.
Rosie left the show.
Yeah, Rosie dipped out.
Yeah. No, I don't think he'll ever be back.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you're right. If I have anything to say about it.
God damn. Anyway.
But it's just me and JD today talking about video games.
Yep, like it should be.
Absolutely. It's the purest form.
Yeah. What you been playing, man?
League of Legends.
Lol.
I wanted to say Mario and Rabbids, but not. Well, I played it on Sunday, so Mario plus Rabbids.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
It was good.
You beat that game.
We did the review for it.
Yeah.
It's out. Pretty good.
Mm.
I mean, very simplified version of XCOM. Very simplified version.
Yeah.
So
Is there
I
even
prefer
a percentage to hit people?
Yeah, but it's either 150 or 0.
Oh god.
So could argue that it's better in that way. But you know, it depends on the player. For kids anyway. So
That's something I learned about in tactics. If you had like a 70% chance, it was usually like 50.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
It didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Unless it's the enemy shooting.
Yeah.
But maybe
Then
that's...
it would always hit. You'd be like, did they really just try? No, they're not going to hit. And it's like a 30% chance to hit. Kills 3 of your teammates.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I love it.
Well, those games are rough because like you never know what the enemy's going to do.
Yeah.
And it's hard to predict.
Yeah.
And
It's a great game.
And there'll be like 3 enemies that like work together somehow. And it's like you got your guy behind like a building wall.
Yeah.
They're like one guy's like, "Oh, let's destroy the building," and then the other guy's like, "I'll pull him closer to me." And the other guy's like, "I'll crit him." It's like,
You're dead.
Because you did everything right.
It's just never mattered.
The game just doesn't care. They'll just kill you anyway.
That's depressing.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a
great.
real sad outlook.
It's great and depressing. Gotta know what you're up against, and you never will. So.
Absolutely.
XCOM.
But I started playing a game called Monster Hunter. I think it's called Stories. It might be Generations. It's one of the two.
Right.
It's
a game.
Turn-based RPG set in the Monster Hunter universe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's not what I expected.
Sucks, man.
It's not. So far, it's not very good, but I'm very early in. So maybe it'll pick up. But it's kind of got like a Pokemon combination with traditional RPG.
Yeah.
We'll see. What have you been playing?
Depressing. So I've obviously been playing Destiny, like 3/4 of the Itch Network.
Yeah, everybody's playing that. Destiny 2.
I'm probably not the most gung-ho about it, just because I'm like, it's a game to play with Matt.
Gotcha.
The only time I was ever really into Destiny was the first beta. I was like super like, oh my gosh, it's gonna change the world. And then it dropped and I was like, all right, now I know what I'm dealing with. I mean, I still had fun.
Yeah.
I have a lot of memories actually of playing Destiny, but after a while I just, it's like, okay, I had my fill and I got rid of it. And then Eric got me onto Taken King, which is kind of cool. They show you like if you've done things in that game, they show you when you're making a new character things you've done. So they're like, you experience the Black Garden, which is the last area of the first, what's it called, before the Taken King.
Yeah.
It's like the last boss and all that stuff. And it shows me and Matt doing it. And I was like, oh, it was back in 2014. Yeah, we did do that. And then it's like, oh, you did Taken King. I think I beat it alone, the Taken King. And I was just like, oh, well.
That's the one where we started doing the show, right? And Eric was like, I'm playing Taken King, it's better. And then you jumped on for like a second, like a minute.
What do you mean jumped on?
I remember because you stopped playing at one point.
Yeah.
And we were doing the show. It was pretty early on, and then Eric was like, "You should go back to Taken King. It's really good." And then you guys played for like.
I played for probably like a month or something.
Yeah, just like a little bit.
Yeah, and then after a while, I was like, "All right, well, I have my fill," and I got back off again. Yeah, no, it was around that time. It is what it is. It's a fun game. The second one is definitely fun. I'm looking more forward to the PC version of it because I like using hand cannons. I like pistols. And
Katie's become a real PC snob as of late.
Not. No, I'm still getting.
Oh no!
No.
Quote from JD: I refuse to play Overwatch unless it's on PC.
Well, here's the thing.
You will not play with me at night.
You know who my I don't have it either. But do you know?
Oh right. Yeah,
you know my best characters now. Who my best characters are?
McCree?
No, Pharah. Because there's a lot of snapshots you can make with her.
Yeah.
Which work out very well. And Winston.
Winston?
Yeah. I play a very decent Winston.
In the transition to PC, I assumed you would pick people that were more pinpoint accurate.
Well, see, McCree is still my favorite character, and I still play him from time to time. It's just he has different fundamentals than what me as a player caters to. Like, I play Winston now because I would not play Rhine. I do play Orisa just for funsies. Like, if someone's picking Winston, we need another tank, and no one's trying to play tank, I'm like, fuck. And I'll pick Orisa. But
is she good now?
She actually works. She works on certain maps.
People told me that she's not very good.
And
of all the characters, I feel like her and like Zenyatta, I just don't hear a lot about.
Like, Zen has always been good. Yeah, ever since they switched out his health. Yeah, Zen's always been good. He worked with Dive Comp. He's still a good healer generally, and he can take out some people that have more health than him quicker. You just Discord, get some nice shots off, done. But
yeah,
he's a good character. But no, I mean, Orisa's good. Orisa works on like choke point maps, so on defense. So she works good at Hanamura on defense, and she works good at. I think she works good at King's Row on defense.
Because you can put that shield up like in front of the one place that people get in.
Well, I mean, there's more than one way for people to get in over there. It's just it's not the best option for getting in around the upper right hand side for everybody, because depending on the build of the other team, if they've got a Junkrat holding off that area, everyone's just gonna die or get stopped there, and then you can come around the backside. You've essentially surrounded yourself. You know, stuff like that. As long as the team's coordinated, you know, situations like that happen. But no, I mean it's Pharah. I play a lot of Lucio because he's much easier to move around with, and I play Doomfist because he's better on PC than he is on console. But I'm thinking about just having Troy play him.
Okay.
Because Troy's like, I've always thought about him. Troy likes the heavy hitters. He likes hype shit. So Doomfist definitely has that.
Yeah.
He can one-shot a lot of people in the game. So, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch though. I got ranked competitively with my brother. Not too happy about my rank, but whatever. I'm platinum. Wait, diamond. Whichever one is the 2600. That was me. I'm like, man, I expected to get higher up, but it's whatever.
Just gotta work your way over there now, right?
I'm gonna have to. Doing the Pharah thing, man. But I've also been playing what's it called, Destiny, that, and a little bit of Heroes of the Storm actually.
More so than Sunday?
One day I actually had.
Why don't you let me know? I'll play with you.
Well, one day I just had an itch to play. Oh, snaps.
I'm good at that. You should see my poison chick. I don't even know her stupid name.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I actually tried playing her. I wasn't really the biggest fan of her. I like playing the flame wizard guy. He's cool. I got Tracer. I unlocked her. Fucking hate playing as her. I never feel like I make an impact, man. I just feel worthless.
I like the stealth characters too.
Yeah, I need to try my hand at that, like that sort of high impact, quick getting down.
That game, it's a good game. It's fine for what it is, but the game I feel like doesn't take, because a lot of those concepts have been around for a while, and they've fine-tuned them in Dota and League of Legends.
Right.
And like League of Legends, there'll be stealth characters, but like when I play Heroes of the Storm, and there's some of the characters will immediately go to stealth. Like you click the button and then they're like, boom, they're gone, and they're stealth. Whereas I prefer the League of Legends approach to it, and that's just biased, I guess, because I'm such a I played that game for so long. But League of Legends, like if you're in stealth, you'll phase into stealth like within like a second, so you'll slowly transform back into like invisible. Where the thing that can prevent you is damage. So if you take damage, it doesn't trigger until
they can lead you off and try and figure out where you are and maybe drop an AoE or something.
But here's the Storm, like it's instant. And like I'd be just running around and I wait till I'm like 1 second away from stealth. So I just go and like blast somebody and then stealth, and there's literally like almost no counterplay.
Jeez.
Like if you don't have an AoE attack, it's over.
You just got away.
Yeah, I'm just gone. Yeah. And I just that always it irks me, except that I'm the one playing the stealth character, so it's like I guess it's to my advantage.
I hate that this is so good.
Yeah, it's kind of silly, but that's just one example of the game that there's been a lot of progress in Dota and MOBAs, and I feel like that game kind of ignores a lot of it, which is fine. But you know, if you ever want to play, I'll totally play with you.
I mean, I'm perfect. I mean, I could probably get in a match or something like that when I get home. Because they switched up the list of who's the free characters.
Oh, did they do the free to play thing?
Because I don't have those characters unlocked like you guys do. So I wanted to play Ling Mei, who's the wizard from
She's good.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah.
She's the wizard from
Hermione Granger.
Yeah, she's the wizard from Diablo, and I really like Diablo, and I play wizard on Diablo.
You know what that game does that's interesting too is and this might be a plus, is it does the mages and stuff, their spells actually do damage to towers and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
That's totally not in League of Legends or anything.
When I play that one guy, the blood elf, who has the really huge eyebrows, blonde hair, you know what I'm talking about? He's got like the green like magic around him or whatever.
Yeah.
Wears the red robe. You always have to keep his stuff charged. You always have to keep his orbs charged so he regenerates and stuff like that. But I nuke the hell out of it. I've gotten like triple kills with it, and I'm like, this is awesome. You know, because I'm just smoking people. Feels good.
I'm just telling you, you can't play that game forever.
No, I don't intend to. I'm just having fun with it right now. I don't intend to jump on Dota. I don't intend to play League.
Those games are so much better.
Oh my god. I don't care.
I'm just saying.
I don't.
If you end up actually liking Heroes of the Storm in a more serious way, let me at least show you some things.
Here's the thing: it's a game that's different from Overwatch and it's different from Destiny.
Oh, very.
And I don't have a fighter to play.
But I'm saying if it ever becomes a thing where you're like, okay, I really enjoy this style, then just let me know, because I will show you some things on the other thing. Because it is much better.
Oh my god.
Just trust me.
You can't not sound elite. Like an elitist. You're just like, listen here. Here's the thing. Let me put it to you like this. If someone comes at me, I'm playing Street Fighter. They go, man, I'm really into Skullgirls. Right? Like, hey man, you tried Street Fighter? Oh no, I'm not really. I don't really like Street Fighter or whatever the thing is. But all right, well, just give it a try. Whatever. It has different fun, or better yet, Mortal Kombat. It has different fundamentals. Something to look into, or whatever. Well, it's not really my thing. Well, okay. End the conversation. In your case, no, dude, it sucks.
I didn't say that.
Mortal Kombat is just, they don't take advantage of a lot of things, which is actually true, but I wouldn't pursue it. I wouldn't pursue that adamantly about it, because I'm like, I get it. You want people to like the same thing that you like, but
it's not even that. It's just that.
What is it?
So you don't. And I don't hate Heroes of the Storm.
I'm your friend. You just want me to play it. Why? So you can look good?
No.
So you can be like, you see that triple kill I got?
No, absolutely not. In fact, when I play with people, I play like when I'm teaching them, because I've taught a lot of people now. I play as an AD carry, like an attack damage carry, which is one of my least favorite roles. I'm not very good at it.
They just close.
It's just your sharpshooters. The
guys that finish off.
Yeah, they're the ones that you want to get strong later, which is not a way that I play. It's just not my style.
What do you play?
I don't know. I guess I play lately. It's been only tanky DPS guys, but mages I like, but my friends won't let me do that anymore because I suck, I guess. So, but yeah, I'm not very good at it. I I just see Heroes of the Storm, and it's a good jumping off point. It's got like all your flashy characters, the characters that you know.
Yeah.
But the game is just so shallow, and every time I play it, I get this.
So why would I
stigma.
play with you? Why would I play with you?
Well, I like it, like, because I go crazy on that game. That game is, I don't play it that much, but every game I play, I get like the top 5, if not the MVP. And I'm sure if I like played it more and played aggressively and played like, is there a ranked in that game or anything?
Yeah, there is.
I'm sure if I did that, it would have a harder time. I'd get into the next level, but it's very, very much an easy mode game. Because I mean, in League of Legends, you get your own items, you level up different from your team. You're your own being
Yeah.
as an RPG. You get your own lane, so you don't deal with other people for at least for part of it. They're like the game has phases in it, whereas like Heroes of the Storm, I guess Heroes of the Storm kind of equates to Overwatch in a lot of ways, because it's just always teamwork and always
working together,
focusing on like one goal, which is unique. But I don't know. It's not. I guess it kind of is elitist, but I just don't. If you ever really get interested in it, just let me know and we'll try something else. Because it gets better. That's all I want you to know. I don't hate Heroes, but it just gets better. It's better. It's better games.
Yeah, well. In the meantime, outside of that, I haven't really been playing too much. I've been looking forward to Marvel. Marvel drops Tuesday. I believe they're having a midnight release.
But it's such an ugly game.
Oh yeah, why could I ever want to play it? So I'll pick that up. I might have a review for that weekend. So I'll be playing it pretty heavily.
Okay. Is it possible? You kind of mentioned it, but I just wanted to recheck. Is it possible that this is going to be your game?
This and Dragon Ball FighterZ. If this game falls through, it's definitely going to be Dragon Ball FighterZ. I might get a different game with it. I might go back to Street Fighter V.
Why is the new character dropping?
Well, there was a new character. Her name was Manat.
Is that new to the series?
Yeah. All the characters that have dropped this year are new to the series in the sense of first time being playable. They've been featured, some of them, but first time being playable.
Okay.
This character is, if I remember correctly, banned from tournaments.
Oh.
She's too good right now.
Is she hot?
I was going to pull up a picture.
Oh. I'm a visual guy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I need the body to be shown.
I need the body. I won't. The body.
All right. He's pulling it up right now. I can take a look.
What is that? Her? It's one of her alternate costumes.
Okay, not bad. I think that shows off some more skin.
Fuck out of here.
Every one of them should be in underwear at some point.
Oh my gosh.
Even the men, but I don't want to look at that. But just because, you got to be PC. Cover all your bases these days.
So that's her other costume that's coming out.
Okay, yeah, I like
and that's how it looks normally. That's how she looks normally.
Oh yeah, forget that.
So, and then they're comparing it to the Melina thing. That was Mortal Kombat 9.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I see it.
Go to rest. So yeah, she's a very crazy character as far as to what she could do. And a lot of people are really afraid of her. So what we're looking at is I wouldn't play her. I would play Colleen, who's she reminds me of Makoto. She's not Makoto. If Makoto were in the game, I would play Street Fighter and Dragon Ball FighterZ. I would not play Marvel. But Marvel's got Captain Marvel in it. I'm gonna check her out. She should be really good, actually. It's got Ghost Rider, he's one of my favorite Marvel characters just because I like the concept behind him.
So you like the comic books then?
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way it's your favorite because of the movie.
Nicolas Cage is very true to form. No.
You know, I was having a hard time, but I was pretty good.
Oh man.
That is my least favorite phrase ever.
What?
Somebody saying, I think it's pretty good. Because it means they know it's shit, and everybody says it's shit, but they're like, listen here, I'm different.
I'm a contrarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they got him in it. They got Doctor Strange. I probably won't play Strange. But they've got some interesting characters.
Are the characters based off of the Disney Marvel movies, or are they based off the comic books? Or do they do both?
They're technically, they're using a lot of the Marvel characters that are going to be featured, Just like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a lot of people were like, "Who's Rocket Raccoon?" Well, Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out soon. Who's Nova? Well, the Nova Force is something you need to know about. You know, stuff like Nova. Yeah, Nova is essentially sort of one of the ways of putting it is he's like the essentially Green Lanterns, right? So you know how Green Lanterns, they all have the rings and all that stuff. Imagine if there was all those people that pulled from one source, which I think the Green Lanterns all pull from one source, and that one source is his own being, and they control the actual Nova Force that everyone else utilizes. So that's who he is. Nova's super strong, and he's actually in this game as well. It's not the same voice actor, which pisses me off because I really like the voice actor from Marvel. So in this one, there's him. There's still Rocket Raccoon. There's people like Frank West. I can give two fucks. Haggard, Nemesis. No mutants yet. So that's going to be interesting. So.
Oh, you're talking about the X-Men.
Yeah, they haven't been featured yet. But
is that because, do you think they have like a exclusively brokered deal with Marvel?
I think they might be featured in DLC is the thing.
Well, you don't think it's a movie issue?
No, because they've had that from Marvel vs. Capcom. X-Men has been owned by Fox for a minute. So same thing with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Mm-hmm. And you actually get an alternate costume. If you get Spider-Man Homecoming, you get his Spider-Man Homecoming costume with it. Gotcha. You have to buy it from the PlayStation Store, and people are like raising hell about it. I'm like, then don't buy the fucking game. Or like today, they just announced Yamcha, Tien, and Android 21, who's a new android for Dragon Ball FighterZ. One guy goes, "Oh man, Yamcha's in this game? Fuck, this game is just turning into shit. I'm not buying." How about you just not fucking play him? There's plenty of other fucking characters.
What's wrong with Yamcha?
Yamcha, for the sake of like Dragon Ball Z, hasn't done shit. Yamcha shows up in Dragon Ball. Yamcha is a big deal. In Dragon Ball Z, Yamcha shows up. Saiyans, Vegeta and Nappa land, and they're gonna fight Goku not Goku. They're gonna fight Earth's heroes or the Z fighters.
Okay.
And Yamcha's the first to die. He gets blown up by one of the henchmen of Vegeta and Nappa. He's dead for the Frieza saga. He comes back for the Cell saga.
Comes back to life?
Yeah, so Dragon Balls. He comes back for the Android saga, and literally he's the first person that sees the androids, and he gets a hand stabbed through his chest.
Wow.
Barely, almost dead. Give him a senzu bean. Don't ask how they work. They just do. And then he gets revived, essentially, or he's on the verge of dying, so it just restores him back to the condition he was in. It's otherwise known as, plot devices in bean form. And he comes back, and then the rest of the time he is pretty much an outsider. He doesn't fight anybody. He doesn't do shit. Meanwhile, Tien fights Nappa, who's one of the Saiyans, loses his arm, tries to kill Nappa with his strongest attack, doesn't work, dies of exhaustion. Is absent for the Frieza saga, shows back up in the Android saga, sort of competent, for the most part, and then is the only person that holds off Cell when he's in his second form. He stops Cell to buy time for people. He does his strongest attack, almost dies of exhaustion again, but does his strongest attack in stopping what is currently the strongest villain. He at least has some sort of an underdog ability to him. And then Android 21, we don't know anything about her.
Okay, so that's never been a character?
She's
I remember Android original. 18 and 17?
17 and 18.
They were like the black-haired and the blonde.
17 black hair, 18 blonde-haired girl.
See, when I played like Tenkaichi on PS2 forever ago, I always played Android 18.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine had the game. Yeah. So I just thought she was cute.
Yeah, no, she's a cool character too. They do breakdowns for all the characters. She is definitely one of the ones up there. But I'm going to play Tien, Piccolo, and probably Krillin, to be honest. I just like how they play. But anyway, we're getting off crazy topics here.
It's just two of us today.
I know. Right? We might as well get off topic. But yeah, I'm going to be playing Marvel pretty consistently. One of the characters that's really interesting that I think everyone's actually going to play, though, is Jedha. Jedha's from Darkstalkers. He's a vampire, and he morphs his body into, like, blood. So, like, he'll create a blood scythe and cut you with it or something like that or whatever. He hasn't been in a fighting game in fucking forever.
Cool.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, Jedha," which could mean there's another Darkstalkers along the way coming out. Morgan is from Darkstalkers.
Mm-hmm. She's the one with the
great personality.
Yeah,
that's her. So, she's in there. Obviously, Ryu's in there. Mega Man, Zero, and X are both in it. I'm trying to think who else from Capcom. Dante. I was still holding out for Gene from God Hand.
Oh,
You know, he could have been in what's it called?
that's never gonna happen.
He could have been in Marvel vs. Capcom.
They're never gonna
3.
put a character that gets like.
Amaterasu was in.
Yeah, no, he would be in it because
Because
that game was successful.
Well, it was between them two, and technically Gene had the advantage, but they picked Amaterasu for I forgot the reasoning for it.
That'd be like
They put Beautiful Joe in Marvel vs.
he was
Capcom 3.
he was popular though.
He was, but he was a very boring character to watch. Like you got to look at it from a design perspective. How does the
Why did they
character
do?
play?
They didn't do like a comic book thing with him.
What do you mean?
Beautiful Joe.
They did all kinds of things with. Oh! You mean like they probably did like a manga or something? They probably did.
No, like in the game though, like they.
Yeah, all of his abilities are represented.
But like where they do, and it looks like a comic book and everything. Or did they try to make him
all
more?
of his attacks come out and they have the things.
Oh,
and
like the
stuff
POW
like
and
that.
the.
Yeah, like that stuff.
That game's art style was
It
beautiful.
was a great game. And then when they put Dante in it, I was like, yo, for the PlayStation version, it's just legit. But there's a couple other. He's not in this one, I don't think. No, he's not in it. Let me see the whole list. There's just some characters I just don't agree with. Like Frank West is boring as fuck.
Who's Frank West?
Frank West is Dead Rising.
Oh, he's got the camera.
He's got the camera.
Camera and
So
everything.
he like levels up in combat. It's like a MOBA. He levels up based upon how much combos you do or the number of combos you do. So like the first level is like just you have to do a 10 hit and then take a picture or something like that.
Mhm.
Then he levels up to level 2. He gets access to more weapons. And then when you're level 3 and you do it,
They should do. What if they combined like a MOBA and a fighter? Kind of cool.
that'd be interesting. But I think it'd have to be team oriented, and fighters by that definition aren't. Except for Absolver. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like a MMO with a fighter thing, and it's like you got block attacks and all that other stuff and whatnot. And it's really, I mean, I've thought about it. Like maybe we should give it a shot because it's got an interesting art style and it's got an interesting concept to it. I'm not sure. Versus Capcom Infinite characters, but it's that could be a title that we look into a little bit later. Definitely. So as far as the characters from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, for who do you care about more, Marvel or DC?
Capcom?
I mean, Capcom.
Definitely not DC. Capcom.
Capcom characters.
I'm actually playing that Monster Hunters game is Capcom.
Oh, they were trying to get a Monster Hunter character into that game.
Is there a Monster Hunter character?
No, there's not.
Isn't it just generic?
It's dumb as fuck if he were. All right, so characters, we have Arthur from Ghouls and Goblins. Chris Redfield,
Okay.
Chun-Li, Dante, Firebrand from Ghouls and Goblins.
I didn't know that one.
He's the guy that's flying, the bird
I
thing.
never played it.
Really?
Yeah.
Frank West, Jeddah, Mega Man X, Mike Hagger from Final Fight. He's the mayor. He's the wrestler.
There were a lot of wrestlers in that game, as I recall.
Nemesis, Morgan, Nathan Spencer.
Who's that?
You. Nathan Spencer is the Bionic Commando, the one with the dreads.
I thought his name was Spencer.
Well, we call him Spencer. Where it was like Spencer
Oh.
because that was like the lingo. Ryu, Sigma from Mega Man, Strider Hiryu. Remember Strider?
Mm-hmm.
And then Zero. And then for Marvel, they have Black Panther, which I might play.
I feel like Capcom could get some better characters.
They could have done some better characters for sure. And I think the DLC is what we're expecting here.
Okay.
So Marvel has Black Panther, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Dormammu, the actual representation of Dormammu, not from Doctor Strange. Nah, this motherfucker's got his head on fire like he should be. He's cool. He's cool. Gamora, Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, Nova, Rocket Raccoon, Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. Yeah. Thanos was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, actually.
Isn't Thanos like the strongest character in the universe or something?
No. That stuff, it depends on who you're talking to.
I read a thing about the Thanos thing where all the Marvel characters fight against Thanos.
You
and
mean
like,
the next Avengers?
yeah, basically
Yeah,
that.
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
And it's just so dumb.
Dude, shut the fuck up. It's 10 years. Give it a fucking break.
Yeah.
No movie series has had this many movies
Yeah.
all tied together to
Yeah.
one general goal. The payoff on this is going to be like fucking teasing your dick for a year straight and then finally being able to bust that nut.
Well, if it's anything like the story I read.
It was like a leaked.
No, well, no. I don't mean the movie. I haven't seen. I don't know what's gonna happen. But, but I mean the story, like the comic books. They're already out there.
Well, yeah, the Infinity.
And they're so dumb because like
why?
Like all the characters die. Basically, almost all of them die.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I mean, I don't know if that's a spoiler. Do you want me to? I don't know.
Well, in Marvel and DC, they both do that thing where it's like someone is so strong that the only way to get rid of him is literally a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
There's been some situations.
And they didn't really get rid of him, did they? I thought it was just like because they end up having to fight the same guy. What's up, Donut?
I love you too, Donut.
He was looking for you last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
But they all fight. They all die basically.
Right.
And then they're like, there's like another enemy that pops up, and he's like, we got to fight him. Well, I can't do it alone. I guess I got to bring back everybody that I killed. And it's like, well, everybody's about.
Well, that won't happen. Thanos is definitely the end all. The only person that's
no.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
If we're talking about,
I don't think so.
If we're talking about rights, yes. There's no one going to be above him. Like they couldn't even do Secret Wars because they need so many more characters.
They need the X-Men characters.
God damn. Oh.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Anyway, there's a lot of characters they need to introduce. One of those being Nova, the Annihilation, the Scroll War, or the Secret Scrolls. Secret Scrolls? Whatever. Scroll Invasion. All that stuff. All of it is like super, like, it would require so many more movies. And I don't think they have the pay. I don't know what Marvel's even going to do after the movies, to be honest.
If there's money to be made, they'll keep making.
They'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But will they make as much money after a lot of those guys go away? Probably not. You got to realize, a lot of people grew up with these people. And they're bursting their load. They're pretty much going...
I don't think they're going to kill off these characters. I think they're going to bring them...
Some people aren't going to be able to come back. Like some people, like Chris Evans, does not want to be Captain America. And it's okay after he's done because technically there's two Captain Americas that are standing right next to him.
Bucky?
Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, and freaking what's his name?
Nobody cares about Bucky Barnes.
Or the Falcon, who is more of a prominent Captain America in my opinion.
Wait, is the Falcon in the movies?
Yeah, he's the bird guy. What? He's Did you ever see Captain America: Winter Soldier?
No, I saw the other one.
You saw Civil War.
Yeah.
The dude that's flying, that has the wings, Falcon. Remember the scene where Spider-Man is fighting those two guys in the airport area?
Yeah.
And he like wraps them up, and he's like, "Oh man!" Like, Bucky punches him. He's like, "Oh, you have a metal arm?" Right. The other guy that he's with is Falcon, the black dude with the shades.
Oh, gotcha.
He becomes Captain America as well.
Oh, okay.
And some people would argue that he's a better Captain America because he represents the more diversity aspect of a more modern Captain America.
He's not as pretty as Chris Evans.
He's not as pretty as Chris Evans, but Anthony Mackie is he's got his own stuff. I mean, he was in 8 Mile. He was getting rapped against Eminem once. You know, whatever.
He lost his rap battle against Eminem.
He didn't even say a thing. But anyway.
The bird.
Yeah.
It's too good.
You got me. His real name's Clarence. That's from 8 Mile. Anyway, so I don't know what they would do. But it's something that's like, in the meantime, they're cashing out on it and whatnot. And Thanos being in the game and whatnot doesn't necessarily mean he's the strongest person. Technically,
yeah, I mean,
he's captured at the start of it. So.
Oh, okay. So he's like, his power is reduced.
Yeah.
Because they have
or some shit.
They have like bracers on him that
yeah.
prevent him from being super.
I mean, Thanos has technically fought Galactus to a standstill, and Galactus is a world-eating guy. You know, just suspend disbelief.
I think
chill for a second.
It gets a little bit too crazy for me.
Well, there's certain characters that are a little bit more like Starkiller, for instance, or Star-Lord. When they show up, when the Guardians show up, it's like, what's Star-Lord gonna do?
Yeah, it's
because he can't even use his powers.
Except that in like Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
he can't even use that stuff.
That whole thing was insane, and I love the movie.
Yeah, it was
love the movie.
all over the place.
But Nothing makes sense. And that's the biggest irony of it. Ryan Reynolds is my fetish. Oh, he's good too.
Yeah, he's
Deadpool.
Great. Deadpool's good.
But like that whole like because like with Captain America with Civil War, they try to make it where it's what would it be like in real life, you know?
Like a little more grounded.
A little more grounded and everything.
Yeah.
And then literally they're gonna put Guardians of the Galaxy in there where there's nothing realistic about that at all.
Well, Peter Quill is probably the most realistic aspect of it. Isn't saying much, but he is the most realistic.
Well, yeah, I mean he has a realistic beginning where
Yeah, got kidnapped. He's part angel technically, or celestial.
Everything they do is just Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, for them, right? You're right. And coming to Earth, which is, I mean, I don't know if you saw the trailer for Infinity War.
Oh no, I didn't.
The leaked trailer. The only reason why they even come to Earth is because the events of Thor Ragnarok, which is due to come out.
Right, that's one where he fights
Hulk.
If a girl cosplays Ryan Reynolds, I lose my mind.
Okay. Look forward to it. But like the events of Thor Ragnarok, and I'm not going to spoil them or anything like that. I have a general idea of what happens, but the only cool things I'm looking forward to are the Doctor Strange aspect, Loki's cool character, and the Hulk and Thor banter, because they're now becoming buddies.
I'm more excited about this movie than like most comic book movies.
Yeah.
Because did Eric ever send you that video of like the Chinese, I think, comic book movie of the Avengers?
Oh, it's like a Russian one.
Oh, is it Russian?
Yeah.
Where they're just going crazy.
It's too nuts. I don't even know what's going on.
I prefer that so much to like.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want like a super serious comic book movie where they're all like. Well, either you go serious and you mean it, or you go jokey, like the cartoons.
And you sometimes lose people because when you try and have a serious moment and then you cancel it out by levity, which was my problem with Guardians 2. There was a couple parts where I was like, should I be laughing?
They did make a lot of jokes when they shouldn't
have. Sell it on it, because especially when you find out what goes on with like Peter and his mom, I'd be like, what the fuck? And then they just like turn a joke out of it. I'm like, I mean, some of this stuff makes sense. Like when he turns into Pac-Man, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny, because it's like he's envisioning as a kid like what he feels is like the strongest thing he could turn into.
Yeah.
It's not Godzilla. It's a video game character that was popular in Western markets, stuff like that. But yeah, you said you're excited.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna just have
it's off the wall pretty much.
In my head, they're gonna have a bash out brawl full of beatdowns on each other. But I get the impression
that's more like the opening scene.
Yeah, I get the impression if it's anything like Batman versus Superman, it's gonna be like 5 minutes of them hitting each other, and then they're gonna find a common enemy, and then
they
do that.
They definitely got a common enemy. But I mean, we'll see. Obviously, leading into Black Panther, which we've only seen literally one trailer.
People like Sean was like all about. He said that was the best version of Black Panther I've ever seen. Yada, yada.
I do like the representation of him.
Probably, but how many representations of Black Panther are there besides comic books?
Besides comic books, or even one-offs in like cartoons, not really any.
There aren't any.
But it's good to start off strong, hit the ground running. I mean, as far as Iron Man representations, there's only been
his character was okay. Like we're talking about Civil War, right?
Yeah,
it was okay. Was it really that great?
He's more of the voice of reason, or not the voice of reason. He's supposed to be
he's a revenge guy.
He's the crowd. In the sense of like...
Oh, like what the public feels?
Yeah, he's kind of coming into everything, and he's like, man, there's all these heroes, and he takes a side. He picks a side. And then, if you notice, like halfway through, he's like... He pretty much just gives up his quest because he's like, revenge isn't worth it, which is more of the Black Panther sort of way of just like not being this vengeful spirit and whatnot. Being controlled is a lot of what that is. So, or not being controlled.
So you think that's going to be the first Black Panther movie, is him wanting to get revenge and then like learning that lesson, or...
No, he already did that in Civil War. That's what I'm saying. Like, he stopped by the end of Civil War. Zemo was out there. He could have killed Zemo. He didn't. He just stopped, and he said, "You've done enough."
You're right.
Yeah,
it's been a while since
I saw that one. But I think this one is going to be, because I think Chris Evans is going to cameo in it, because they're doing this thing now where they're getting people what they want. They're going like, "Hey, we'll push your character out a little bit more. We'll give you a little bit more."
Thanks, dude. Followage.
Thanks.
Thanks for the weird comment.
But they're starting to bring those characters out more, where you see that, like, so Tony Stark and Spider-Man, they're creating that bond with them, right? Did you see Spider-Man?
No, I heard it was great.
It was good. It was very good.
I never saw it.
I had a good time with it. It reminds me of the old Spider-Man.
We went to the theaters, and I think that was there, and also Guardians, and we went with Guardians.
That's okay.
Which I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah, and then there's obviously after that is Thor, and then Hulk and Thor are teaming up, and then
good because they had no idea what to do with either of those characters.
Pretty much, like they were never going to do a Hulk movie because Hulk is so hard to do a movie for you. How do you have this sense of drama when it's a character that is at this point in control of the Hulk? And
well, except for in this movie.
Well, I mean, in the sense of like in control, like he's not going to kill the Avengers.
Yeah.
You know, and not only that, but he's also like he's indestructible. He's never going to die. He can't die. So
stop making characters like that, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a long time ago. What do you expect? They wanted something.
Well, they're trying to update it.
Yeah,
that's the first thing you take out.
But that's there has to be universal truths in like comics things, so that way, no matter what, you can gauge this aspect. One of those things is Hulk gets the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, and the fact that he can take a punch from anybody. So that way, if something happens to where he's like stunned or he's hit by something, that to the audience is the gauge of going, man, this guy's really something. He knocked out Hulk, you know, like because that did happen with Iron Man. He had to build an entire armor, and it just goes to show how smart Iron Man is when he creates the Hulkbuster to stop Hulk. And he has all these contingency plans and ultimately settles on hardcore just like beating him to knock him out, you know? So, I mean, it's stuff like that they do a good job with. It's just they're working with the material and they're trying to bring it to life, and some aspects just don't translate that well. Like, yes, should Hulk...
Like both Thor and the Hulk?
Yeah, well, yeah, and should Hulk be knocked out? Not necessarily. But should Hulk also be this unstoppable force that rules over everyone and makes the movie boring? No, he shouldn't be that either.
I think Thor, more Thor, less Hulk. Because Hulk, I could kind of put him in. I would do him differently, but then again, I don't make movies, so what the hell do I know? But Thor is a god.
Yeah,
and it's like you have no place in this.
Right.
And I know he's a character that was in the Avengers and yada yada, but. Like if they ruled him out, I think it would be perfectly fine. I don't see him.
Well, they had him in just because, I mean, from the movie standpoint, they're looking at like Jane Foster. He's grounded to Earth because he cares about this woman who's on Earth. Pretty much Natalie Portman's out of the movies at this point.
Yeah.
She didn't want to be in this Thor movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why there's a new interest for him. But he cares about Earth because now he has all these people there. So when Thanos shows up, he knows Thanos is a great evil. And, you know, so does, Peter Quill knows about him too. The only people that don't know are people like Hulk and people like, you know, Iron Man caught a glimpse of not him, but the armada that he brings. You know, stuff like that. Captain America's never even seen the guy. Spider-Man's never seen the guy. So to them, it's kind of that like, this guy doesn't exist. And then when he shows up and he starts fucking up with everyone.
Are they going to fight him in space?
No. They're fighting him on Earth.
Okay, good.
At least in Infinity War, from the scenes I've seen, they're fighting him on Earth.
Good.
And it's going to be pretty rough.
Man, we've been talking about Marvel forever.
Yeah, right? We should change the what's it called?
Yeah, the Marvel.
What are we doing here? But to summarize...
You're going to play Marvel vs.
Capcom? I'm going to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a ball. Are you going to see that? Side note, are you going to see that? Well, I'm gonna see it with Matt, but I have no problem seeing it again with you if you want to see it.
What?
Thor.
Yeah, we can watch.
Because we talked about that, and then we can like review it. And then that and Justice League comes out around that time too. Come on, let's just watch it. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I'd rather just watch it.
Well, the thing is, I haven't seen, and you shouldn't have to, but I haven't. I would get judged for it because I haven't seen Batman.
The Superman.
Wonder
Woman's good.
Haven't seen Wonder Woman. I haven't seen any of the Superman movies. I refuse.
Okay.
I hear they're like absolute dog shit.
You ready? I can summarize Superman for you. All right. It's the story of him. He lands on Earth. Well, first Zod being prosecuted. He gets sent to the negative zone, which is like the prison of like it's a bad place. Anyway, Krypton blows up. Freaking Jor-El, which is what's his name's dad. Superman's dad sends him to Earth. He arrives on Earth. Kevin Costner raises him. and I can't think of the other girl's
Kevin
name.
Costner raises him.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner dies in a hurricane or a tornado.
As expected.
And he says, "Hey, use your powers for good."
As he's spinning around the hurricane.
Yeah, use your powers. Yeah, it's a really stupid scene. But anyway, Zod escapes from the negative zone. With his what's it called, and he intends, once he realizes Krypton's gone, he goes to the next inhabitable place, which is Earth.
Yeah, I think this is Planet of the Apes, don't it?
He goes to the next inhabitable place, which is Earth. He goes to Earth and he realizes that Superman has been making a name for himself, becoming this hero that people want and all that shit, and stopping, crimes and things like that. Hold on real quick. I have to take the... Yeah, what's up? Hey, I'm recording. I'll call you back. Okay. All right, bye. I'm sorry. It's just my assistant. No, I'm kidding. It's my brother. But anyway, comes back to
those assistants in line.
Zod fights with everybody. Zod gets killed in the climax by getting his neck broken because Superman can't stop him from using his ray on a family that's here, and he kills him, which Superman does kill. People want to act like Superman's never killed in his life. He has killed. But breaks his neck to stop him from doing that. He feels like crap, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And then Batman v Superman pretty much happens at the climax of. Wasn't
there another Superman movie?
No, technically no, not in this universe, not the DCEU.
You sure?
Yeah, there was a different Superman who represented. It was like Superman Returns. People don't want to talk about that. It's a bad movie.
Oh.
Not that this one is any better. But Batman v Superman pretty much takes off where Batman is trying to rescue people while Superman's running around fighting Zod or whatever. And he goes, "Man, I hate that motherfucker." Long story short, Wonder Woman shows up as well. They don't know who she is. And, they're trying to sabotage each other. And long story short, what's her name? Martha gets kidnapped. Superman's wife, or mom, gets kidnapped.
My wife, mom.
He
doesn't know how Earth works.
Why my wife gets kidnapped, and he has to work with Batman. It has one of the best scenes that represent Batman in all of film history.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, the fight was stupid. What's his name lands? I keep forgetting. It's not Apocalypse. What's his name? The guy that kills Superman. Is that the Superman comic book? Remember that?
I mean, yeah, but you're asking the wrong guy.
Why can't I remember his name? I feel like a piece of shit. But anyway, Superman kills him.
Doomsday?
Doomsday. Kills himself.
Is that his, the name his mom gave him?
No. What's his name called him that?
His birth certificate?
Lex called him that.
In this movie, does he call him that too?
He said
it's like Lex Jr., right?
Well, yeah. And he's like, it'll be the Doomsday.
Why'd they make him Lex's kid?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Either way.
Just so people weren't like, hey, he didn't have hair.
What?
He didn't have such beautiful locks.
Yeah. Anyway, kills him and then dies in the process, and then they already hint at him coming back in Justice League. And it's been confirmed he will be back in Justice League. So there's the fucking
Who's gonna be back in Justice League?
Superman. He dies at the end of Batman v Superman, but comes back. So that's it.
Neat.
Yeah. I didn't even need
this would hurt me.
Yeah. So I just saved you some hurt. So
you said Wonder Woman's good though?
Wonder Woman is good. I liked it. There's some cool aspects to it, and sort of it's the fish out of water thing, which I always like. If it's done right, I don't think I'll ever get sick of it. If it's done right. If it's like this dumb, stupid thing where it's like, they're like, huh? Cars? And then they're on a cell phone. And I'm like, wouldn't you be questioning the cell phone? Shit like that.
Yeah,
It would bother me, but no, they do a good job of it. And then obviously leading into this one, it's just like, oh, we got to work together and stop. Pretty much Darkseid is coming. So we got to stop Darkseid. So that's it. It's pretty much doing the same thing that they're doing with Thanos. Darkseid is Darkseid came first, I believe. Thanos came after, but they're similar.
Is that coming out this year?
Yeah,
the Justice League movie.
Yeah, Justice League.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they just have Wonder Woman a couple months ago?
Yeah, and then dude, after what's it called? Black Panther's in February, and then Infinity War starts in like May or June. Yeah, it's gonna be busy.
Oh my god.
We'll probably have Deadpool 2 by then. I guess when it was not a comic book movie being made, but all kinds of shit. Long story short, I saved you.
I'll watch Justice League.
Yeah, we'll watch Justice League.
Is Ben Affleck gonna be in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good actor. Come on, cut him some slack.
I've been very hard on Ben Affleck for all of his career.
Yeah. Time to lighten up.
Yeah, I hear the last couple of years he's really shaped up.
He has done a much better job. Accountant's good. Fargo.
I just think of Daredevil every time. Brain always goes back to that. And Chasing Amy.
What about Geely?
I never saw it, but my brain does go there. It's like pretty sure that movie happened.
Yeah, no, it's a nightmare. Hell on earth, even.
Yeah, sounds bad.
All that shit in mind, though. I think we talked about Marvel and comic books this entire time. How long have we been doing
for a long time?
Really?
Yeah.
You want to stop right here?
We probably should just call this the comic book one. PewDiePie said a word the other day.
You were about to say it.
I did, and I was like, because I thought it would be a funny way to like.
No, yeah, definitely not.
Like it's a very mean word and everything.
Yeah.
And it'd just be like a funny thing to just blurt out, but like at the same time, no. So
yeah,
he said a word. We're not. I mean,
he said the N-word with a hard R, which a lot of people will go, "What? I mean, it's like the same word." Let's break it down. So, for those who don't know, I am black.
Yeah.
And Irish. I was an idiot. So I drank. I was an idiot growing up, and I used to say the word with a hard A.
Okay.
You know, like slang, like all hip hop used to tell me. And sort of the connotation and why it's even used in hip hop was because they were trying to turn the word around. Change it from being this negative word that was used back in, like for a long time, really. Ever since, the adoption of slavery and whatnot. To turn it around and turn it into something that's used by black people and sort of alienates the white people using it, or any other race other than a white person. You hear a lot of Mexicans use it.
Yeah, you do.
Incorrectly, though, because they use it and they go, "Well, my ancestors are black." And it's like, no, they're not. Like from a Mexican standpoint, they're not. Or and things like that. And we a lot of what people sort of took away from it. A lot of people who maybe don't listen to hip hop or something like that look at it and they go, "Well, if they're using the word, I can use the word too." And it's like, I get why people say that, but I disagree. I don't use the word anymore. I don't say it because I don't feel like the mission was accomplished to turn that word around into something else. People still use it. People who shouldn't be using it use it, and it's just like, But the worst kind of way of using it is with a hard R.
Is out of anger?
It's out of anger with a hard R, and there is a big difference between it. You just said Deadpool featuring Spider-Man would be amazeballs. Well, you're getting Deadpool and Cable. It's the next best thing. Not too bad. The next Spider-Man's gonna have Venom.
Ooh.
Can't argue.
You're gonna cast Topher Grace again?
I'm back. No, you know who is?
Who?
Tom Hardy.
That's a very good Venom.
Yeah, that'll be really good. Oh, side note, did you hear? What's his name's gonna be the new Joker? Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
He's got the acting chops. But he's never done a sequel in his life. So I don't think he's ever going to come back for a sequel. So if he knocks it out of the park, they're like, "Come back." And he's like, no.
Not him.
No, I'm not a franchise.
And Jared Leto's like super pissed.
He's like, "Bro, seriously? Weren't they on a movie together?"
Probably.
No, that was Johnny Depp. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Johnny Depp. And, let's say DiCaprio. Everyone thought he was mentally challenged.
Yeah, they thought he was legit.
He's like, "Bro."
Really
anyway, so pulling back the word with the hard R pretty much annotates a generation of hate. It's a derogatory term, and it's meant to imply pretty much like it's an insult. It is ultimately an insult. And sort of if you actually watch the stream of it, I only watched the clip, but I heard him say it, and he's like, "Man," he's like, "What whatever." And then he's like, "I'm sorry, but he's an idiot." And it's like, so it's synonymous then, is the way that he used it.
Yeah.
And that's a problem when you're someone who's under a, what's it called? When you're, no, I did not watch the last Pirates of the Caribbean. Nope. Sorry, man.
Not gonna.
But for someone who lives his life under a microscope, even if he's trying to be sort of this exclusive kind of guy where he lives in London, I think, or the UK or something.
I think so.
And he streams a lot more now. He loves PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That seems to be popular with a lot of people. And and a lot of people like tuning into him. He regularly gets like 40,000 people just watching him. He'll stream randomly, won't even schedule a time, and he gets people just tuning in to watch him. He says that's good, man. I actually gave up on the series, Pirates.
After 2,
yeah, pretty much after 2. 1 was great. 2 had some aspects. 3, no, thank you. But
after 2, I said, "Oh, I'll never watch this again." And then
have fun with my money.
Yeah.
But anyway, but he said the word in that context, and the thing is plenty of people watching. People are always watching. If you're streaming something, even if you're not streaming it, things that you say have an effect on people. And the worst part is I was actually watching some people sort of dissect it, and it's like, yes, he's using it in the sense of an insult. And he's using it, a word that is, sort of bathed in hate and that shouldn't really be said. I don't think a word should be said in general, in my opinion. But with people saying it, they want to act like, oh, he did nothing wrong. I thought it was going to be major backlash initially, but a lot of people are going, he did nothing wrong. You guys are just being pansies. And I'm like, well, you need to understand the history of the word to really understand the effect of it.
Yeah.
And I don't even think PewDiePie did. So in the sense of using it, it creates a situation where now there's this disconnect. Because when I heard him say it, I was like, ooh,
well, I don't know. It definitely shouldn't be said, obviously. But at the same time, when you're streaming that kind of stuff, I think to get viewers, you have to be constantly shouting.
Right?
You got to keep the energy up, and I think he's grasping at straws at a certain point, and he's got to say something, and that for whatever reason.
You think it's a publicity stunt?
Well, the whole thing is a publicity stunt. But for whatever reason that word came up. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously, in online gaming, when you're anonymous, those kind of words come up a lot more often.
All the time, yeah.
So, for most gamers,
you're just like,
it's
wow,
not
you're
new.
Yeah.
Not even dependent on race. It's just because they don't even know.
It could be 2 white guys.
But you just hear it.
They go, you're a black person, pretty much, and you're just like, okay.
Well, but
I'm saying it mean though.
So the word, I think, in gaming loses a lot of meaning, and obviously it shouldn't be said. And the guy was streaming, unfortunately. So
right
there you go. But I don't think he's racist, and I think
I don't think he is.
I think that's the real crux of it. Is are you using it because you think ill of other people and you think this about it? And I don't think there's anything like that.
I think he's using it in the sense of he was generally upset about a situation,
right?
And he clinged to the word that he felt would be the harshest,
right?
Which
exactly.
is what happened. But at the same time, those words are not words that you just imagine up. They are words that you've had to have used before, or somehow in your vernacular. So it can be implied that he used it, or assumed that he's used it in the past to describe something else, and that shouldn't be a go-to word just in general. For something like that. I know you've talked about it growing up, with League and stuff like that. You've said some pretty harsh things.
Oh my God.
I know I've been pretty mean about things. There's certain words I don't say. See you next Thursday. I don't usually say. I've said it a couple times, but it's just I feel bad about saying it. Things like that. It's just shouldn't say it. It doesn't really do anything.
I see people every Thursday.
Okay. Well, in this case, I only do. Wait, what? The guy.
He's saying the guy has 50, 67, whatever million subs, but only pulls 28,000 viewers live. Something's wrong. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
know. Especially
know.
Doesn't schedule him.
He's not scheduling him. He's literally just going, all right, I'm streaming, and then next thing you know, there are people on. Granted, yes, there are certain aspects. There's different time zone. He could be streaming at a time when people are at school. I mean, it's still school's in session, right?
Yeah, depending on where all the followers are.
Yeah. Well,
it's a bad time for them.
Yeah. For the most part.
Well, if that's the case, then it could be a time zone issue or.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, even on a different country, even if it's someone in Japan that's watching, time zone issue, man. Or at least it makes it complicated for everyone to catch up and watch it. Well, the other thing you also have to look at is he's streaming to YouTube, and he's primarily a YouTube video maker. For someone who's constantly streaming, like Troy, for instance, will stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on occasion, and he streams always at the same time. And Troy will walk in with initially when he was first starting out, he'd walk in with 10 guys, and now he'll get up to 20 just regularly. It's a progression thing. Consistency, people like that when it comes to streaming, and then over and over and over.
Yeah, Ice Poseidon had 160,000 and he pulled 20 to 60K viewers.
Yeah. The other thing to consider is the skill behind the person. If they're like a really good player, like Seagull, for instance, is like one of the definitive like Overwatch players, right? He plays a lot of characters really well.
Oh, there's Cloud.
Oh, hey. People will look at like Seagull and they'll be like, man, I want to see what tricks he does with Genji, with Pharah. So they'll tune in to watch that shit or to watch high level play. But sometimes if it's streaming to watch someone just beat a game, oh, I've already beaten the game. This guy does nothing for me. He doesn't bring anything new to the table. Or you don't have a personality, they don't bring that. So I've been listening. So, you know, it's stuff like that. In Troy's case, Troy brings his personality. Troy's dancing.
He also does push-ups.
He does push-ups for every subscriber or for every follower, or Earth pushes. He calls. He's pushing, the Earth down. He's gonna send us out of orbit once he hits over 100,000.
I for one can't wait.
But you know, things like that definitely come into play. But
you know what's funny too when this kind of thing happens is like everyone comes out and starts saying that they hate the guy.
I don't hate him, and I'm still subscribed to him because the other thing is he even apologized afterwards.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, that word shouldn't be said, but I'm not this inhumane person that goes, take him off the air. And the big thing that I wanted to talk to you about, I remember now. Here's the big thing: the Firewatch developers.
Oh, did they slam him
with the DMCA?
Because they can't stream his
thing because they're like, well, we don't want him to be associated with our products, right? Yeah, which they can totally do that. But yeah, first of all, fuck you, because that's you. He did a racial thing where he's like death to all Jews and lost the subscription from Disney.
Yeah, Disney. Yeah, that's the one.
You didn't say anything then.
Yeah.
But now you're waiting until he drops the N-word. So it's only certain races that you guys care about and are going to file DMCA.
They don't care about the religion.
There's nothing about that. So that's an issue. You can't just suddenly get righteous. He did it earlier this year with something, and now they're like, well, we don't want his products. And the thing is did you read what the developer actually or one of the founders said? Because I'm sick and tired of this kid making money off of all of our content, and he released that as an actual statement.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if you want to sound like the fucking idiot, just go to their studio and then listen to them for a little bit. Yeah, they'll tell you how you should run a business. I don't care what fucking game you made. Yeah. You sound like a fucking idiot.
Dude, PewDiePie probably made them so much money.
Exactly.
It's astronomical how much money that guy makes other companies. It's insane.
You know, it's funny. They said we're gonna look into the they mentioned that we're gonna look into the money that he has obviously garnered us a little bit of views and whatnot, because he did a one-off of it. It was like a 2-hour or 3-hour whatever stream of it or something. And he's like, we're gonna look into the money. They didn't say anything about what they were gonna do with it. You're gonna send it to charity. You're gonna return it to the gamers. I don't know, anything like that. Are you just gonna look at it and still hold on to it? What's the fucking plan?
Yeah, we noticed.
There was definitely a substantial increase. Man, fuck that guy. No, but it's fucking idiots.
Like I remember Total Biscuit and the Jimquisition.
Yeah.
Two people. Well, I really don't like the Jimquisition, but the Total Biscuit I have a certain level of respect for.
Yeah, Total Biscuit. Yeah.
But hearing them stand up against PewDiePie and being like, boy, we don't like that word.
You can not like the word.
Yeah.
And not like that he used it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he is just worse than Hitler.
Just relax, man. Like, these people, and they're just doing it so they can make a name for themselves on this shit.
Well, Total Biscuit doesn't have to worry about it.
Well, but he is.
Well, the issue with Total Biscuit is because he's creating a situation for himself where he was rallying with PewDiePie on a number of different issues, with content creators' rights and things like that and all that stuff. Remember that it was like a content creator win in court or something like that? PewDiePie and Total Biscuit both contributed to the legal fees for that.
I don't remember that one.
I forgot what it was. We'd have to look it up, but they both contributed. They contribute on a lot of things together. They have the same views on a lot of things. So he makes a slip up on a word, and then now he's getting condemned. It's better to keep your mouth shut for a lot of these people, like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. I don't know I'm not subscribed to him, but Jacksepticeye said anything, but Markiplier hadn't said shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep your mouth shut. You do not want to jump in that.
Exactly.
Let him let it freaking blow over at that point, and then hey, we did a video together. I did one with PewDiePie, or not even that, just inch it in there. Like be like, hey, I talked to PewDiePie today. Something small to sort of, just get back to the way you guys were or something like that. Because yeah, you don't. It's career suicide. You don't want to be you know, he's bigger than you and he's taking the hit and he's like, okay, but I'm more upset that people think that there's nothing wrong with the word. That's the issue. There's something wrong with the word. You shouldn't be saying it, especially live stream. But at the same time, you shouldn't be condemning him. He said the word and he almost slipped up yesterday. He had a stream, where he was like, one of his buddies actually killed someone and saved his life, and he's like, man. And then he stopped.
I bet you that was a tongue-in-cheek.
It might have been. And then he's like, it's only been 2 days, and I almost slipped up again. He's like, I gotta watch myself. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's making a joke about it because he's South Parking it, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of. I was watching Funhouse. They were talking about it. I don't follow him too much. Louis C.K. did a whole actual segment of talking about the N-word, and he said it. A ton of times, and
it's really good.
But the thing is, he said it in the sense that he's trying to bring attention to the issue of it.
Yeah.
Or like South Park with what was it, naggers or something? Yeah, it's like whoa, you know. But it's not the word. You could be nagging people. That's it, you know.
That's
and
great.
and they sort of they flirt with the idea of it, but they do it in a way that's technically you can't be mad at them for it, as long as it's done tastefully. It's very sensitive, but if you do it properly, you can make a point about something. And other than that, I just don't think people should say it. I think it's a word that should be forgotten, in my opinion.
I agree.
It doesn't benefit anyone else. And when people say it, it only leads to people getting into arguments about, oh, it's an okay word, who don't understand from that perspective. And from other people who, you know, has affected them or their families or whatever, will look at it and they'll go like, you should not fucking say that word.
Well, it's easy to say, you know, you just shouldn't say racial slurs.
That's correct.
In general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because
and if you can't help yourself, just turn off the camera and say it, and the mic, and run away from your computer.
From an English perspective, though, you don't necessarily want to get rid of words. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I guess you.
No, we've gotten rid of plenty of words. We've substituted a ton of words. We don't do thine or thy anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's an old style of speaking, but
it's old because we got rid of it.
So, but you would still use it if you want to do like a historical piece. Yeah,
and the N-word is still used in historical things.
Yeah.
I mean,
so yeah,
have you seen Django, the most real-to-life historical recreation?
The most real-life?
Yeah. Look at all the blood. That's real blood.
I'm surprised I haven't seen that movie yet.
You need to watch it.
I need to, because I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan.
Yeah.
I just haven't, I'm not a movie guy, so it takes a while for me to end up watching some movies.
Even though I'll never understand you.
Even though I know I'm supposed to, like I just never.
I'm supposed to keep my eyes open, but they're glued.
Yeah. It's bad. I feel bad because I hear it's a great movie, and I like that stuff. Yeah. So,
but overall, just probably shouldn't say the words. I understand you're saying you probably shouldn't get rid of it because you need to understand the importance of the word. Mm-hmm. You need to understand why it was even said in the first place and why it shouldn't be said, or why it's a word that should be forgotten at the very least.
Yeah, those who don't learn from history
are doomed to repeat it. But with that being said, the guys over at Firewatch are fucking idiots.
Hate them.
Marvel's coming back.
Their game isn't even that good, quite honestly.
That was the other thing. I was like, who fucking cares? I don't care.
The game was all right. Their game was the biggest cock tease I think I've played in a video game.
Yeah, because nothing really happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. It's literally like the girl, you're like, oh, it's finally going to happen. I took her on a date, bought her some food, we did a great movie. And then she's like, all right, good night.
Yeah.
Fuck! Parents aren't home, but good night.
Made a very mediocre game with a lot of weird buzz around it.
And now you think that you have...
And now you have artistic clout. Nope. Not from me.
Nope.
Not from me at all.
Denied. I don't even know what the next game is. I want to look it up. In the meantime, I'm JD.
I'm Spencer.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Oh, man. Sorry, I was talking to this...